On today's episode of Warehouse Safety Tips, we're going to be continuing on with the human elements of safety, week 3. So stay tuned. Welcome to Warehouse Safety Tips. If you're a seasoned vodcast viewer, this vodcast is going to be different from most that you watch. It's based around exactly what the name implies, Warehouse Safety Tips. And since the people in this industry are busy, we know that time is money, so each episode will be as short and to the point as possible. And now, with all that out of the way, let's get to the vodcast. On today's episode of Warehouse Safety Tips, we're going to be going through a couple things that may be repeats of previous weeks, previous episodes, but we want to make sure that we drive home the human elements of safety. And again, some of these things may kind of bleed into each other, but they're all going to be good tips. With all of our tips, we always want to make sure that we stress to go through and make sure that you follow your specific facility's rules and regulations and any guidelines that they have in place. But this is going to be a great place to start. So, number one, go and make sure that you talk to your boss. So if you have something that is of concern, it's going to be kind of similar to one of the things that we're going to have in this list down a couple more steps. But make sure that you talk to your boss or the powers that be about any ideas that you have, things that you think could be improved upon, things that you see that could be wasteful. It doesn't have to necessarily be completely related to safety. It could be something that is related to ergonomics. It could be related to hearing. It could be related to anything that is going to keep you coming in safe and leaving safe. And that can be a myriad of things. Number two, be on time. This is something that you would think would be just, secondhand nature or second nature, but unfortunately it's not. A lot of people run, either right on schedule, meaning that they're always, one flat tire following behind a farm equipment if you live in the Midwest like we do, or, whatever the case may be, a train going across a railroad track from being late. Always be on time. Make sure that you're the first person there and the last person to leave. I know that might sound like kind of counterproductive to be able to go through and look like a brown noser, but if you're always on time, you never have to worry about being late. So they say if you're early, you're already late. So make sure that you're on time. Speak up. This kind of goes with, again, number one, but if you see something, say something. Make sure that you go through and you always speak your mind, especially when it comes to safety, because it might be something that is clearly getting overlooked. And if you don't get an immediate resolution for that and you see something is being done about it, by all means, go above the person that you told. Not in a way of going above someone's head or going around them, but it might be something so important that you just need to address with another person. And so number 4 is walk the talk. So in the case of walk the talk, if you know about safety, if you know what to do, please don't do it just because it's an OSHA rule. Don't do it just because management is watching. Do it because you want to go home safe and you want your fellow coworkers to go home safe as well, not because of any other reason. We all know that hats can be hot. Glasses can cause you to sweat. Gloves might get hot. They might make your hands sweat, or whatever the case may be. They might be dirty. You never know what the case may be. In those cases, you can replace the things that are dirty or wet. So far as the hat's concerned, you do need to have your PPE, your personal protective equipment on, but don't do it just again because of a guideline or because someone's watching it. Do it because it's in place to protect you. And last but not least, this is something that is again, last but certainly not least, stay up on safety. Make sure that you have that Kanai attitude, that constant and never-ending improvement mindset, to where you're always out there looking for something that could be improved upon. The worst thing that you can ever hear in any facility whatsoever, whether it's a factory, warehouse, or any facility, is that's the way we've always done it. So make sure that you always are on that course of finding the best safety that you possibly can. And again, making sure that you and your coworkers arrive and go home safely. So again, please make sure you follow your specific facilities guidelines. Next week, we'll be bringing you the last week of the human element in week 4. And until we do, thank you for being part of another episode of Warehouse Safety Tips. Make sure you have a great day, stay safe, and here is a word from one of our sponsors.
It's scientifically unexplainable. It's virtually indestructible. And it's taking over the entire planet. But in a really good way. It's Mighty Line Floor Tape, the most durable floor tape in the world. 7 times thicker than average floor tape. Beveled to endure pounding warehouse traffic. And backed with a super strong peel and stick adhesive, so you'll never have to worry about painting shop floors again. Mighty Line Floor Tape, the only durable stripe.